Greetings everyone, this is going to be a complete guide to the Polar Invasion. We managed to rank 1 on this event. Luckily, this event existed before in a different game made by the same company. It's called War and Order, and the name of the event is Fortress Wars. They have just made a different but yet almost same copy when it comes to this event. I'm going to split this video into two parts. The first part is going to talk about the initial stuff that you need to be aware of. Like for example here, this is a big factor. By the way, we did score rank 1 as an alliance, and I did manage to get the points for rank 2. So one of the most important things here that most of the time does decide your matchmaking is the battle time. If you pick a battle time, you will have the option to pick battle time of 3. If you pick up an option with less threat, like let's say there are many strong alliances during this time or the other time, then you are most likely going to be matched up with the stronger alliances. So be careful when you are picking your battle time settings. Once you do that, the matchmaking will actually start after the timer there, which is 43 hours, but it is usually 3 days. Another thing is there's a currency just like any event, just like Triangle and all of these events. This time, let me see the name in here. Yeah, these blue crystals you can just buy just like any other currency in the game, and you can stack it, and you can buy all of these as an extra helpful when it comes to the attack. I will be explaining all of these. These can be used inside the game, inside the match itself, which is going to be live, unlike Triangle. And when you use these, it's going to guarantee you a buff for one time only. So while you are marching, if you used this buff, for example, the stack, so expansion attack adds 120k, the march capacity size, your army size, and ice bombs actually deals like a damage to the enemy as soon as you reach and the battle starts, as total armed is going to put some shield and add damage increase for your army. This is very costly. So for example, if you want to use this one, it's going to be for a single attack, and here's the thing, it costs I think around $20 only for a single attack of such. However, this event, at least for a spender, when it comes to the spender, is going to be the easiest event in which you would be able to collect badges, because if you are a low spender and you want to spend for an extra 4 badges, this is going to be resetting every single round, and the round resets in 3 days. So how to score point? There are a couple of ways of scoring point in here in this event. The first one is obviously, you guys, do you remember Iron Blood? When you get an army, every couple of minutes there is an airdrop. If you bought the airdrop, it is the lowest, by the way, it's the lowest amount of point that's given by the game. Okay, and the used items point, these items point that I have just explained, these items, if you use them inside the match, it is actually going to give you points. There are a limited amount of time in which you can buy some of these items, like expansion attack. You can buy it once every 3 days. For gold, you can buy instant recall 3 times. Otherwise, you have to be using your own march speed, and instant recall can only be used for a limited amount of times, by the way. Otherwise, you have to use these crystals. I will come to these later on, the stronghold fortification and the stronghold devastation too. So now let's continue. Now this resets literally every 3 days. If you spend $120, you're going to get this. Obviously it's not really worth it. If you want to stop, you could stop at maybe 180. That's up to you, but I had to overspend the last time just to see how I would be able to contribute to my team. Once you go inside, there is something called inspiration. Before I even go inside, you can activate buffs. Buffs does work inside, by the way. Okay guys, so I am now inside the battle. I am inside the battle. And as you can see, there is a map, and in each single map there is an alliance, there is a base for you, and if you paid attention at each of these barracks, each one of them holds a number: 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 6. Each one of these unlocks at a specific stage. Let me fast forward this to show you. Yeah, so wait here. Yeah, so here as an example, this is my recording, by the way. You will have your main castle, which holds all of your army troops, all of your alliance troops. This castle cannot be touched by anyone. It's invisible, cannot be even attacked. But it's surrounded by the following. You have these barracks, and each one of them holds a specific number, which represents its tiers. For example, this is F1, which means it's tier 1, this is tier 1, and this is tier 1. All of these are tier 1. And all the sides, you see this is an F2, and there is another one on the other side, which is F2, which is almost, you could say, the entrance between you and another alliance. You will be surrounded by 2 alliances. All of you are, it's going to be like this triangle thing. And you will have the para troops, which I have talked about, the free version obviously, and the paid one. And once you pay, or once you get the free, you will get points, but it's not that much. And you can spend these gems, which is called polar gems, by the way, to do something that is called an aspiration, which again works the way as triangle works. If you want to buff your enemy, let me fast forward to see if I have here. Yeah, this is the paid one. Okay, this is when I bought the para troops. See, I have the option to buy. It's gonna give you tier 13, 13, 12, and there is 200k of the free supplies too. Now you see my rank is 10 now, and I can click at this inspiration, which again is going to buff your titans, warplanes, and add the maximum capacity for the troops for your alliance, for the whole alliance. So what you need to do here is the following. You need to take these F1. Let me fast forward again. You see, you need to take all the F1s first. Hold on, yeah. You need to take this F1 first before you able to take the next one, because it's going to be like a spider web. If you take F1, this one F2, which is tier 1, you will be able to take F5, and then if you take F5, you'll be able to attack F4. Even F2, you will be able to attack F4, and then able to attack all of the Fs next to it. But keep in mind something: if you leave no army inside, which is something you can do, if you leave the army inside, the enemy can just send any march and just take control of it. Now keep in mind something that is very freaking important, which is one of the factors that we actually managed to win. Every single time you attack the building for the first time, there is a first time occupation point. So if you are the first alliance that attack the building, you will get an extra score for just being the first. So I rushed in. There is an army, and by the way, in F1 the army is not really strong. And yeah, see here, this is stronghold G7. You see, these has timers. You can only early on, at the early stage of this event, you will be able to only attack the F1 and the F2 because their timers is the same. If you decided to go for the F2, you are going to invade the other alliances, since some of them was really confused and doesn't know what to do. So we had an advantage here. Now you see this first occupation point is 150, and each single building itself has an occupation point per minute. Your objective in this match is to get as much point as possible. The alliance with the highest occupation point is going to be the winner. This is why attacking the build fast and as soon as possible. So if you have strong players who can solo these buildings, you can just let them march, speed up, and just attack it and take out everyone inside. Since these are not really super strong, but they are stronger than the average NPC, so really it might be hard if you don't have whales or big players. So first occupation is going to give you 150 points for this building, which I think is tier 4, and there is tier 5, which is way much harder, but again, being fast allows you to get an extra hits up when it comes to points, extra push. Again, I used some of the polar gems to attack to the titans, attack to the airplanes, and increase the maximum of my army's fleet, and this will be applied obviously for all of your alliance too. I will see here this side. You see there are tier 3. This tier 3 unlocks early too. It doesn't take much time, and it is connected to the tier 2. Once this tier 3 unlocks, you will be able to invade other alliances. Here there is an alliance in this side, and there is an alliance on the other side too. So if you wait until 3 minutes and then rushed here, invaded this side, for example, first, before they reach to their own side, you will take the first occupation point from them. The first occupation point is equal to 4 minutes of occupation, I think, for most buildings. So it's really crucial for you to be fast if you are connected to the enemy buildings. Again, I will fast forward this. From the side here, let me show you the side. There was a battle in here. Yeah, on E7 and on F8. Let me see. Yeah, here. As you can see, we have this in F2. This is tier 2, F7. So we are connected to the enemy. If we manage to rush in and take this building before the enemy itself, we will take their first time occupation point, which is one of the tactics you should be looking for. If your enemy alliance is weaker, even if it's not weaker, if you manage to take it fast, this is a couple of minutes of free occupation point until they come and obviously kick you out. No, I did not. Okay, now, yeah, this the item which I was talking about that is called Stronghold Fortification. This buffs the entire building for 5 minutes. So if your enemy is attacking, and before they attack, but by the way, you have to be controlling the area to apply this buff. But if it's on enemy building, it's gonna turn into a red debuff that actually does the opposite, to remove, and it's gonna only be working for 5 minutes, to remove the enemy's the buff, or see, you buy this buff, reduce the damage taken by all troops by 10% for 5 minutes, or until the stronghold changes hands, which means if you have applied this buff or debuff, it's gonna be there unless the enemy take out that stronghold. Yeah, and here, let me show you another thing, the other build. Yeah, this is the other one, the Stronghold Devastation. You can use it since it's already red and we are blue. Then you can apply this debuff on them before you attack them if you want them to be weaker. Obviously, using all of these items will give you a score. That's how you actually rank up, or by kills, which is sound easier. Now, here is the this battle interface. As you can see, you have 3 buffs. The first buff will add 120k to your army, the maximum size So if your march, for example, my march is 400k, if I added that buff, it will be over 500k, and I can apply an extra buff for damage buff, or I can apply the super buff, which is cost 200, yeah, 200, almost 200. You have to buy the 200 bundle, which is $20. So say $20 per attack. Now see this. Here, F8. I think I might be rushing it. I'm not sure. Yeah, here you can see F8. I'm not sure if it's me. Oh yeah, I was stuck, I think. Yeah, this is instant recall, and then I will rush to take it from the enemy, the first occupation, because if I am fast, if I'm faster than the enemy, then I will be. And this is why actually we had higher score than the rest of the alliances, since we know this event already. Then you watch over my let's see, Sen was 680 when it comes to the score on the top. Now once I kill this one fast, I will be able to take it, and I will get the score, obviously. These are individual rewards points. They refresh every single time. They refresh every 3 days whenever the event comes back in. So we did manage to take it, and that's why we have the highest amount of occupation points so far. If you are not under stress or anything, you better not do the instant recall, because it's really limited. I think you can do it 40 times only. Now I will fast forward to the next stage, which is more spicy. Yeah, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. If you have time and your enemy is weak, you can take their buildings early on, so you can accumulate some points before the major buildings opens up. Like if this alliance was weak, for example, that's why we were attacking it, you can take some of their buildings, which is going to add up to your score until the tier 5, tier 4 and tier 6 opens up. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about too. You see, the enemy is linked to tier 4 from this side, and since we managed to take e6, we can block them from even trying to get the first occupation by taking e5. If we take e5, they won't be connected to g9, which is tier 4, that is going to be unlocked in 1 minute, and it has a lot of occupation point if you take it the first occupation, obviously, and they generate more than the rest. See, it has 150. I did link to my team, so my team goes and attack this first. It's not easy, by the way. Since we are a smaller alliance, those new nations, it is really very tough. I mean, you need a lot of players to be able to take down this T4 or T5 buildings barracks. See, I think I tried to solo some of these, and I got my ass kicked. See, here's a battle. That's how powerful it is. It has a purple, and the other tiers has a freaking gold aircraft. They are tier 13 and tier 12, by the way, too. Now, I will skip into more interesting parts, like T5 and the center. Yeah, see this, where is T5? We have to take a T5. Okay, so T5 is obviously stronger, but the T6 is monasteries. Like, seriously, it is so retardedly powerful. This tier 6, you see this? There is only one tier 6. There is a couple of tier 5 on each single side, which is too hard. Too freaking hard. If you decided to go on solo T5, your ass is gonna be kicked. These T5 buildings. You need a group or like a couple of whales. It's really not easy. Maybe a super whale could solo it, but really it took me a couple of hits. But for T6, you cannot. I don't think even whale can do it. It is really so freaking powerful. First of all, it's a level 55 plane, golden plane, and the army is like 3 million, and the stats is freaking crazy. Let me see if I can show the battle. Yeah, here. See. See? I even used all of my buffs and I have 500k march. It's golden aircraft. We could destroy it, really. Okay, so the thing is, this building can actually decide who's going to win and lose, because unlike any other buildings, this building, yes, gives you some occupation point and most of it, but whoever holds this building until the end, like if you are the last alliance who's inside this building, your score will jump by 3000. Like, see, Bow, B4F, and HHC. They are all way lower than us when it comes to the score, right? But if they are the last alliance that holds this tier 6, they are going to get 3000 points. Every single time you attack a barracks of any type, they lose troops. So people can actually steal your effort. You can do all the work, you can kill many armies, and then you die, and then we can just rush in and solo it and take it from you. So basically, I have covered almost everything. If you guys have any questions regarding this event, please leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I would like to add one extra thing that I forgot to add and mention. When it comes to the rewards, there are initial rewards that you are going to get, and there are individual rewards that you are not going to get now. After the whole season is over, you will be able to get reward. Like, for example, I reached this tier, which is 300k to 500k. Once this season is over, I will be getting these rewards. However, if you wanna get so much rewards early on, you should engage on the battle more often, and this is a guaranteed individual rewards. It has no leaderboard, which means if you reach 2.3 million, those 2.3 million, you are going to get these rewards. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, it's 100%. If your score is bigger than 2.3 million, you are going to get 11k reputation, 2k merit, and this polar invasion honor. That's basically it. Not sure how many rounds are there, but there are tiers too. These tiers are very freaking important. These tiers again will be sent when the season is over. There is iron, you have bronze, you have silver, gold, diamond, master, and king is the last. To get a king, you need to be always rank 1 most of the time, because it's gonna be so freaking hard. But this is what you are going to get. Merit as an R4 and R5. This is what you are going to get. and alliance influence, and you will get the alliance skin, and the members are going to get these. That's it, guys, and have a wonderful day.